Hi everybody, today we are back with Scott in Kansas, and he has another amazing elevator to show us. This one is a historic 1920s car elevator. We're going to take a ride on it, and we're going to put a vintage car in it. Let's get started.
We're back with Scott again, and check this out. We're in a garage where we got all sorts of cool cars like this old Ford Econoline and that old International over there, but these cars can go upstairs. And how else are you going to take cars upstairs?
The car elevator.
Than on an old car elevator. Let's bring it down. While it's coming down, tell us about this elevator a little bit, Scott.
Yeah, so this elevator is original to the building. The building was built in 1920. The original purpose of the building, what I'm told, was they had an auto mechanic shop downstairs. They had an auto body shop upstairs. So this was installed for the purpose of moving cars from the base floor to the top floor. This would have been back in Model T, Model A era type mechanics. So you're thinking, well, you know, how heavy a cars can it really lift? It's a very robust elevator. There was a company previously in here back in the 70s, and they sold electrical wiring. They were taking 10,000 pound spools of wire from downstairs to the second floor. So it's definitely got some capacity. What it's rated at, I really don't know, but I guess we know it lifts 10,000 pounds. So
awesome. And the travel time is what? How long?
It takes about 2.5 minutes to get from the top floor down. That's a 14-foot 6-inch elevation height. So
this thing probably travels about maybe a few feet a minute.
Yeah. So it's all wood construction. It's double board. So we've got a 2x12s going this way. They're crisscrossed with 2x12s going this way. They've got a backbone board down the center with carriage bolts going through that tie all these so they act together as one instead of individually. So when you're rolling a car on there, it's distributing the load. It's a 4-cable lift system with 2 drums. The drums share cable winding for each side. So there's one drum that runs these 2 cables and one drum that runs these. When you get up, start going up, you'll see a large cog gear up above that is the lifting workings of the elevator.
Well, we're going to take this thing on a ride here in a minute. When we come back down, I think we're going to take something back up here in a second.
Right on.
Look at this. This thing will automatically stop down here. This is an automatic elevator. I'm not sure what kind it is, but looking at the drive system, it appears to be Otis, but I'm not sure. It stops nice and smoothly. Let's take a look here. We got, wow, it's open shaft. Whoa, there's the backbone he was talking about.
Yeah.
We'll get a look at that motor as we get closer to the upstairs, and let me look at the buttons over here. And Jason, here in a second, if you want, you can send it up, but let me get to the back of the car first. These are modern. I can't pronounce Cutler Hammer or something.
Cutler Hammer.
Cutler Hammer. Those are modern, so here in just a second. All right, Jason, go ahead and start the elevator.
Here we go.
creaking lets you know it's working. Some old wood.
And wooden rails too.
All right, we're gonna listen to this thing stop. We got about 3 more feet to go. Awesome. Here we are up at the 2nd floor now, and we'll get a look at this gear here. That motor's obviously been replaced, right?
Yeah, that's a newer generation 3-phase motor that was installed on there.
There's the gearbox right there, and is that like switches up there?
Yeah, that would have been an original switch box.
So that's the original switch box, and this is the new one, right?
Yeah.
So it has been lightly modernized.
Yeah, the workings, electrical portion of it's been modernized, but the original gearbox and all the beam work and everything's all original.
Jason, go ahead and press the down button for a second. We'll get a look at the mechanics, and I'll have you stop it in a second and bring it back up. Here's a view of it from this side. We have, all right, go ahead and stop the car. All right, the car is stopped. It's only a few feet down. I'm going to go ahead and step into it. We're going to get a look. We have wooden rails here. Here's one that's got 4 ropes. Supported here, 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 and here. And it's got 4 guide rails. You can see the guide rail shoes right here. All right, Jason, go ahead and bring the car back up, and then okay, he'll bring it up. And you can see how it rides on the shoes. And you can see how each independent pulley pulls the elevator at the same time. It's all this rope is ultimately wrapped together, right?
Yeah, there's actually, I believe, this rope dead ends, and then this rope, you can see where that one ties off going that way, and then this one's here. So there's 4 independent ropes, but 2 drums.
Yeah, it's a winding drum elevator. So now that we got to ride on this thing, we're gonna go downstairs and get something, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go see what we're gonna bring up. And see you hop on while it's moving, because the buttons are outside.
That's right.
But this isn't, like I said, you said the brake is worn out, right?
Yeah, the brake's actually just not really hooked up. It's providing a little bit of tension, but it would have hooked to that original switch box up there.
This drive system is actually the same drive I saw on a hand-operated elevator. Where the motor was, you had a little rope that you would pull. So in theory, this thing could be hand-driven, but it would take a lot of pulling.
Yeah.
What do you think about this elevator, Jason?
This is pretty awesome.
It's amazing what you find in some of these smaller American cities. People say to go to like the big cities for the cool elevators.
Go out in the middle of Kansas.
Yeah.
We're out here in the middle of Kansas. So let's get one last look at the drive system as we go down to the 1st floor.
So we're going to take a 65 Ford Econoline upstairs. Really, we didn't look at the cars upstairs, but we've taken some fairly significant cars up. There's a 57 Fairlane up there, and from a size standpoint, that car really just about maxes out the elevator. Obviously, when this thing was built, the intention was smaller cars, so even this Econoline, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, the way this thing's kind of off in a corner, but I've had the Econoline up and down for winter several times. So.
All right, so we got to ride an old elevator. Now we're going to be taking this antique Ford Econoline upstairs. But before we take it up, let's take a look at this awesome vehicle here. Old elevators and old cars in the same video. It's 1965 Ford Econoline. And what do we have in this Econoline engine-wise?
This is just a straight 6 170 original engine. This vehicle is actually called a 65 Spring Special. In 1965, Ford was challenged with the sales on these vehicles. They weren't selling very good, so Ford tried to do a little promo where they put the chrome side trim on. They put 5 windows. They put the 5-window design in it. They added chrome bumpers, and they would have had some little knockoffs on the hubcaps. They gave you all those options free to try to promote these. Well, it really didn't work. In '67, these were discontinued. So,
oh, so now I guess this thing's going to fire up now.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess what do we do? Climb up in the pickup truck bed?
Yeah, you can do that if you. It's a little tight squeeze in here.
Cool. We're gonna ride the elevator in the back of a pickup truck. You ready to go up?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
It really doesn't creak anymore. You put weight on it, it's kind of insignificant. The thing's got a lot of power.
How much does this vehicle weigh?
This vehicle's probably about a 3,500 pound vehicle.
About as much as my Cadillac.
There you go.
Cadillac wouldn't fit on here, would it?
My Cadillac's like 18 feet long.
Yeah, it'd be tight. That 57 Fairlane that's up here needing restoration. It's a pretty long vehicle. When we put that in here, it was tight at both ends of the elevator, but it did go. So
as we arrive on the second floor, you will see more antique cars up here. Now, are we taking this thing back downstairs or taking it up here?
Either way, we can unload it up top if you'd like.
That'd be cool.
Pull it off and back it out.
Stops a lot quicker with weight on it.
Yeah, it sure does.
All right, now I'm going to climb out of the truck and out of the elevator.
All right.
And he's going to unload this truck off the elevator. You're good. So that was an old elevator with an old pickup truck. Again, Scott, this visit has been awesome.
Yeah.
While we're up here, you have anything cool to show us up here?
Yeah, we've got some other cars up here. Obviously, you know, this is an old '71 Mercury Comet. This actually was my very first car. So this would have been my high school car. I kind of have a long history with it. I lost my license in it twice, so you know, I guess I don't know if that's bragging rights or stupidity, but
got an old Ford Mustang back here.
'66 Mustang, then
a Fairlane.
Fairlane, and then that is actually kind of a rare car. That's a 1970 and a half Ford Falcon, which is a half-year car only they made.
Wow. So big thanks to Scott for this awesome visit.
You bet.
Hope you all enjoyed these elevators and vehicles.
Thanks a lot.
That'll be it.
The video's over.
But it doesn't have to be.
You can always watch more, and you know what to do. Click the buttons. And don't forget to subscribe and light up that bell. Until next time, bye y'all.